Back in the day, as I learned benefits, I realized I just didn't want to go give fully insured renewals anymore because, man, that was painful. I was very much a self-funded guy in the brokerage community. And then I went out on my own in '08. Now, if you remember '08, that was a tricky time because in September is when the markets were shutting down and all that stuff. And so I'm thinking this is not a great time to start a business. But I was thinking we have still got to do everything we can to get everybody self-funded. So that's about the time that I first learned of the captive piece. I thought, okay, this is good for business because we could, grow the agency that way. But it was even better for helping the employers reduce their costs. Back in the day, nobody even knew what anything was. So there was all these hurdles. But now we're at a place where we can say, people understand what's going on, and we're here to help you do that. My number one reason for doing it is because I personally feel that there's a lot of our fellow citizens out there who are currently being totally hosed by the health insurance market. We all know that over the last 25 to 30 years, the entire country has been brainwashed to think that everybody's got terrible claims and therefore healthcare costs should go up like crazy. Why wouldn't we help you all take this further and further and basically undo what's been done in this country on the health insurance side? If I do my part and we all do our part, these numbers drop because there's a lot of margin in this. The results are because of the effort. We're becoming the exclusive landing place for people who are already putting in the effort and want to get the credit. Just this year alone, the collective amount of stop loss premium amongst the employers at this meeting is about $8 million. It looks like we're going to give back $2 million of that. So it's a 25% return on stop loss premium. And what else is happening is claims below spec is going down too because of all those things as well. So we have groups now on negative trend lines, and that's where we've always been trying to get to. We have competitors, obviously, but nobody's doing what we're doing. Everything is completely transparent, and everybody involved is putting in the effort. The transparency for us is paramount. I think that that's become a real dividing line in the world of captives. How do you know what's going on and what's not going on? Sure, maybe you can get some money back, but how did it even come back to you? And the reason we're doing that is because we don't really want to be in the business of managing your claims. We are the ones that are helping you facilitate all the cost containment stuff you're doing, watching it inside the captive layer, making sure that everybody's playing along, and we get together and talk about it, like what's happening here today. If a fronting carrier is not playing along with us from an underwriting standpoint the way we think they should, most specifically relative to cost containment, and we're not getting the appropriate credit, then you better believe we're going to be telling them, you might lose $10 million in premium here shortly. We don't want to do it just to do it, but when it happens, we'll let you know it's coming. And there may be a moment where we're like, hey, we're taking this entire cell, we're moving it from fronting carrier A to fronting carrier B, and here's why. We make sure everything stays the same for you moving over, but the price gets better and better. And that transparency then allows you to say, okay, well, how is this working out for me? How's this working out for the captive as a whole? And you can have a sense of community that you're doing this together. The first thing we want to have happen in your mind is that you need to put in the effort to try to reduce your claims. We provide all these vendors for you. Your brokers are great. So we want you to be thinking, I got to put in the effort. Second thing is we want you to think of this as a long-term solution. I always tell people if they come in and all they're thinking about is the next 12 months, they're probably not a good fit for doing it. We want you to come in and think, hey, I got to commit to doing these things. And over a decade, I will save so much more money than I would if I had done something else, like a boatload of money. I couldn't be more excited. I couldn't be more thankful for all of you all and your mentality, because without your mentality, this wouldn't happen.